Hello there, my name's Pete. I'm a horse-drawn traveller who comes to Redditch every year, sells holly wreaths outside the Redditch cemetery. I'm here to show you how to make your own traditional holly wreath. Hopefully you'll all have received your clear bag with your holly making kit in it, and we'll have at the ready your own set of secateurs. Or sharp scissors will do if you haven't got them. Empty the kit out, see what we've got here. Try not to throw our cones away. In there you should have an amount of green holly, which you should put aside in an easy reachable place. Convenient for you to take piece after piece. You should have one piece with a lot of red berries on it, which you keep for later decoration, and 2 fir cones and 2 sprigs of fir and a bow. I've chosen red because red is the traditional colour for holly wreaths, although we do them in golds, silvers, blues. But in this kit you will have received the red one. To begin, take your moss ring and your reel of wire. Take the end of your reel of wire and attach it to the copper rim that runs around the outer edge of the moss ring. Pull gently tight, place on the table. To begin with, take one of your 2 sprigs of fir and lay it with the stem end of the fir next to the place, about 2 inches down, inch down from where you've attached the wire to the side of the ring. You then take the wire over the top of the fir sprig, put it into the middle, take it from underneath, pull gently tight. Next we'll be making a series of small bouquets of holly to go around the wreath. Take a couple of your sprigs of holly, cut them into either 1, 2 or 3 pieces depending on the size of the sprigs. All those are quite long ones, and cut them all into 2. Save the heads for the outsides of each bouquet. You begin by taking a piece from further down the stem, a piece from the bottom or the middle, put them together, stalk to stalk, and hold them together with the finger and thumb. Then take one of the heads from the top of the sprig of holly and place that on the outside top edge with the other 2. So you've made yourself a small bouquet. Place your bouquet just below the fir at its chin. Take your wire, wiggle it over the leaves. If it's a bit awkward sometimes, keep wiggling, there's always a way through. Put it into the centre, the same as with the fir, underneath, pull tight. You've now joined your first bouquet of holly. Take your next sprigs, put them together, stem to stem, take a head, put on the head, place it flat on the ring just below your last bouquet of holly. Just below its chin, I always call it. You see where the stems are. Hold it in place with your thumb. Over with the wire, wiggling through the leaves, even if it's a bit awkward, there's always a way through. Into the centre, underneath, pull tight. Now you can see, you'll be repeating that action. Small bouquets with heads at the front, over and over, placing each one just at the chin of the one before it, wiggle it through, tighten it up. If it pulls a couple of leaves out of place here and there, you soon pull them back in. And don't worry about tidying leaves up as you go, because as you go along, place them all on. If there's a leaf or two out of place here and there, you'll find that you can turn leaves over like this and stuff and generally tidy it up afterwards. So don't worry about any small mistakes or untidinesses as they go round, as you go round, because you'll find you can do any corrections at the end, and any small mistakes or turnarounds in the leaves do just tend to disappear into the whole thing. You can see how I'm progressing around it there. That's my third bouquet I've put on. The main thing is when you're putting the bouquets on, is to make sure you just don't put them too far up, but tuck them just underneath the chin of the holly bouquet you previously put on, to make sure that you don't leave any of the stalks or stems from at the base end of each bouquet down this end showing. You can see there, you can see the stem from that one there, and I put it just ahead of that bouquet, just over the stems of the one in front of it, to make sure it covers all the stalks that might look a bit unsightly in that when you've finished your holly wreath. I'm approaching my halfway point in a moment. Always put the head from the top of one, stalk to stalk, using the larger pieces with no head as the backing and the head as the pretty front. Give it on its chin. Wiggle your way through. Sometimes gets a bit awkward and a bit spiky, but keep wiggling. There's always a way through. That's my philosophy in life anyway. Got me where I am so far, making holly wreaths, eh? Some achievement that is, but there you go. Anyway, next, once you reach halfway round, so that if you started at 9 o'clock, you've now reached 3 o'clock, you take your next sprig of holly, of fir. You don't turn it round as you would imagine. It's all traditional. You lay it on, same way round, just like as if it's the next holly bouquet, over into the middle, pull tight underneath. You can see you've got those two pieces of fir now directly opposite each other. Take another one, head at the front, run together stem to stem, get them on there, just below the chin of the fir, holding place, get the old wiggle going, there you go, always a way through, into the middle, under the ring, pull gently tight. You get in there now. Trim them all down, looking for your heads. Heads at the front. You see there, put that one at the front, that one behind. And there, just below the head. The old wiggle going again. All the wiggling. Put some music on, you get the wiggle right. Underneath. You feel well progressing now. One or two more small bouquets of holly and we'll be all the way round. One thing you don't get on the video that you got if you did the workshop last year is me walking around telling you whether you're doing it right or wrong or not. At least you won't be getting a telling off this year when you put the wire in the wrong place. I'm not that much of a stickler for but you better get them all right. I'll be round your house to check. Right, anyway, get this bouquet on there. Just below it. The old wiggle going through there. There's always a way through. Always a way through. There we go. You'll find that the pieces of holly I've put in there will just be enough for you to go all the way around the whole ring. You'll find that you should have a couple of spare bits left over. If anything goes right or wrong for you, I'm not that stingy. You'd put in some spare bits of holly in each kit. There you go. Pull tight. You can now see I've gone all the way round the whole of the wreath with 2 pieces of fur on either side. Pull that tight. Take your secateurs. Trim the wire off around about 2 inches from the ring itself. Then to finish it off, tuck the wire under the copper ring, wrap it round 3 or 4 times, tuck it in all neat so you can't feel the wire there. And now you've got the main basic wreath, which we'll now add decoration to. First of all, take the 2 fir cones. You'll find they've already got a piece of wire attached. Attached a piece of wire to 1,500 of those during November. Right, there you go. So now you're just below the fur on either side, and taking no notice which way the fur goes, below, to get them both the same. You tuck the end of the wire attached to your fur cone, you find a gap, and you tuck it straight through the ring, out the other side, straight through the moss, find the gap in the holly, tuck it through, till you can take the other end, pull it tight, not too hard, you don't want to pull it off. Do the same as you did with the end of the wire when you finished. Put it round the outside rim of the wreath ring 2 or 3 times. Secure it into position. And one on. Do the same with the other side. Just below the fur. There are some occasions some people may choose to put the 2 cones together at the bottom. Personally, I don't do that. We'll be putting a bit of red berries there. So either side under the fur, tucked around the copper ring 2 or 3 times to secure it into place. Tuck away the ending, not prick your fingers on it. Now take your piece with the berries. Because this is decoration, if any leaves are in the way of your berries so that you can't see them, cut them away. Take the wire, which you'll find attached to your sprig of berries, do exactly the same with the bottom of your ring as you did with the cone. Tuck it straight through the gap. You won't go straight through, find a gap in between the stalks, eventually it will go through where you're sticking out. You pull that tight. Same thing again. Tuck it in around the outside rim, pull tight and secure it there. Tuck away your ending. It's got a little bit much leaf, clip that away, we don't need it. Berries is the point of the decoration at the bottom. And you can see you've got 2 cones. Spray of berries at the bottom, and take your ribbon, which you'll find has got a piece of wire on the back, and you have to put pieces of wire on 500 of those, and gotta admit, the wife does them. And you put, same thing again, all the secrets of the florist trade here. Find a gap, straight through the moss, out the other side. Position your bow where you think it decoratively should sit. Pull it tight. Same thing again. Tuck around the outside edge. Tuck away your ending. And there you have it. All ready for your front door. Or hang it up in your house because you want to look at it all through your Christmas dinner. Your own traditional holly wreath. Hope you do very well. Like I said, I'll be round later to check. Good luck.